John Dryden, 1631 to 1700, was a prominent English poet, playwright, critic, and translator who played a significant role in shaping the literary landscape of the Restoration period. Here's a concise overview. 1. Life and background. Born on August 9, 1631, in Aldwinkle, Northamptonshire, England. Educated at Westminster School and Trinity College, Cambridge. Dryden lived through a turbulent period of English history, including the English Civil War, the Interregnum, and the restoration of the monarchy under Charles II. 2. Literary career. Dryden's literary career began in the mid-17th century with the publication of his first major work, Heroic Stanzas, 1659, an elegy for Oliver Cromwell. He became Poet Laureate in 1668, serving under both Charles II and James II, and was later appointed Historiographer Royal. Dryden's poetry spans various genres, including lyric poetry, satire, epic, and dramatic verse. He was a prolific playwright known for his tragicomedies, heroic dramas, and adaptations of classical works. Dryden's critical works, such as An Essay of Dramatic Poesy, 1668, and Of Dramatic Poesy, an Essay, 1668, were instrumental in establishing neoclassical principles in English literary criticism. 3. Major works. Poetry. Dryden's poetry includes Annus Mirabilis, 1667, a historical poem commemorating the events of 1666, Absalom and Achitophel, 1681, a satirical allegory on the exclusion crisis, and Mac Flecknoe, 1682, a mock-heroic poem ridiculing a rival poet. Drama. His notable plays include The Indian Emperor, 1665, All for Love, 1677, and The Spanish Friar, 1681. Translation. Dryden's translations include Virgil's Aeneid, 1697, Plutarch's Lives, 1683, and works of Horace and Juvenal. 4. Literary style and influence. Dryden's poetry and prose are characterized by clarity, elegance, and classical influences. He played a pivotal role in the transition from the metaphysical poetry of the earlier 17th century to the neoclassical poetry of the Restoration period. Dryden's works helped establish neoclassical principles of order, decorum, and restraint in English literature, influencing subsequent generations of writers. His critical essays and prefaces provided important insights into literary theory and practice, shaping the development of English literary criticism. 5. Legacy. Dryden is considered one of the greatest English poets and playwrights of the 17th century, known for his versatility and mastery of various literary forms.
His influence extended beyond his own time, shaping the course of English literature and criticism for centuries to come. Dryden's works continue to be studied and admired for their linguistic precision, intellectual depth, and enduring relevance to literary scholarship.
Certainly. Here are 20 one-liner question answers about John Dryden. 1. When was John Dryden born? August 9, 1631. 2. Where was John Dryden born? Aldwinkle, Northamptonshire, England. 3. Where did John Dryden receive his education? Westminster School and Trinity College, Cambridge. 4. What was Dryden's role in English literature? He was a prominent poet, playwright, critic, and translator. 5. Which major historical event did Dryden witness? The English Civil War. 6. What honor did Dryden hold under Charles II and James II? He was Poet Laureate. 7. Which poem commemorates the events of 1666? Annus Mirabilis, 1667. 8. Which satirical allegory did Dryden write during the exclusion crisis? Absalom and Achitophel, 1681. 9. Which mock-heroic poem ridicules a rival poet? Mac Flecknoe, 1682. 10. What did Dryden translate from Latin and Greek? Classical works like Virgil's Aeneid and Plutarch's Lives. 11. What principles did Dryden help establish in English literature? Neoclassical principles of order, decorum, and restraint. 12. Which of Dryden's critical essays discussed dramatic theory? An Essay of Dramatic Poesy, 1668. 13. What literary style is Dryden known for? Clarity, elegance, and classical influences. 14. Which tragicomic play by Dryden was popular during the Restoration? All for Love, 1677. 15. What role did Dryden play in the transition of English poetry? He bridged the gap between metaphysical and neoclassical poetry. 16. Which royal position did Dryden hold later in his life? Historiographer Royal. 17. What is Dryden's most famous translation work? His translation of Virgil's Aeneid. 18. What is the theme of Absalom and Achitophel? It satirizes political intrigue and betrayal. 19. Which literary movement did Dryden influence? The development of English neoclassical literature. 20. What is Dryden's lasting legacy in English literature? His works continue to be studied for their linguistic precision and intellectual depth, shaping literary scholarship for centuries.